for archaeology fans. They're in. Great. This will play well. No, amazing news from Egypt, ladies and gentlemen. They love archaeology there. They love it. They love it. So, after lying mummified for centuries, the 3,000-year-old face of Tutankhamun has finally been put on display. Now, here is the face. Oh, no. I do beg pardon. This is the face. Hey, an easy mistake to make. It does. Oh, no, paso doble. No, it doesn't. Here are King Tut's toes. Oh, a lesson learnt there. Never put boiling water into a hot water bottle. That's what I said. Based on computer technology, this is what boffins reckon the young Tutankhamun looked like. I would. Yeah. Oh, wouldn't you? Yeah. Here's a picture of the scientists examining the mummified remains. There they are. Oh, hello, little midget there. Hello. He's odd. He's tiny little man. Oh, I want to see. I want to see. The king... The king, right? The whole thing is, he's supposed to have, like, a fascinating face, right? That's the whole thing, right? There they are. Waited 3,000 years to see that face. Now, it's just me, or all those scientists just looking at his cock. They are. They're just like naughty nurses, aren't they? Oh, he's asleep. Let's have a look. But the thing is, it's not his cock. It's where his cock used to be. No, seriously. Because apparently, it was stolen. No, I'm not making it up. It was stolen. And you do think, who would be interested in a 3,000-year-old penis surrounded by bags of gold? Let's get some guests on! Soon we'll be meeting Scottish songbird Katie Tunstall. But first, heads up, boys. It's time to meet the body actress, businesswoman, and supermodel. Elle Macpherson is here! Sit yourself down. And I've got a boil. I just can't wait to squeeze. It's my favorite comedian. Frankie Boyle is here. Hey! Hello, sir. Sit down. Oh. Oh, can I just say to people at home, it's not just telly. No, in the flesh. In the flesh. No, you know.
You.
Well, no, because I don't meet many, you know, and... Yes, she is,
sweetheart.
Isn't she?
Thank you.
Look at that boy. You dribbled a little now. Did you know she was going to be here tonight? No, I didn't.
He's probably about a generation too young for me, actually.
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not.
He has the look of someone who'd be dribbling whoever was here.
And also, Heather Mills there, and because, you know, we have to. And because now, do you see, it's in the papers now that Paul McCartney's now going out with, is it a millionaire-ess? You a millionaire-ess?
Yeah, wait a second, guys. But somebody who's in the papers, and like you are, you have to admit, not everything you read is true. So, I mean, just because the Sun says it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. No, I have to defend.
No, because at one point, you were supposed to be going out with him, weren't you?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that was a good one.
No, this is the headline. This is the headline. Elle can macca old man happy.
You just made that up, didn't you?
No.
Was that there?
Yeah, no, it was, they saw you at the GQ Awards or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but he was there with Stella and his thing. Stella and I are friends, and so I went over to say
No, but what I'm saying is, if you shake hands with someone...
There you go. That's the point.
Are you dating Paul McCartney?
No, I pulled off Ringo.
Oh, what a lovely image. Now, listen, Elle Macpherson. So, it's extraordinary, all the strings to your bow. There's the, obviously, the modelling, right. But also the acting, the businesswoman. We'll talk about your underwear later. And, but also, the fitness, because that was huge. Was that, it was the biggest selling ever celebrity kind of fitness video.
Oh, God, that's going back a while. Yeah, I had a video out, and it was called... I can't remember what it was called.
One was called The Body.
Was it? See, the Body moniker is still there. It's been around for a while, this thing. I've had like an albatross around the neck. But what's been good about it is I've turned it into a business. For example, now I have body products called Elle Macpherson, The Body, available at Boots, everybody.
She no foo.
your workout video, it made me a lot more active.
And do you still... I mean, clearly, you look fabulous. Are you still into kind of all that fitness and stuff?
Well, you know, I'm Australian, and so we have an education that is really an outdoors education, and I love sport. You know, I always have. I like to ski, I like to surf, I do yoga, I horse ride.
Would you ever just feel like going, oh, fuck it?
Yeah.
I've made my money now, I'm going to let this slide. I'm not keeping this up forever, Elle. A couple of years' time, this is going to go.
Stress me. It's not stress for me. When I'm on holidays, that's when I get to do my sport. I don't get a chance to do it when I'm in the city.
Why are Australians so much better looking and happier than us, Graham?
I don't know.
That's not true. If that's not true, look at you, you're gorgeous.
Wow.
And look at you, you're gorgeous.
Oh, bless you.
Actually, I bought you a present.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
What is it? Well, it's not very
Something
big,
in my
is it?
pocket. I don't know. Speak for yourself.
Ooh.
I bought you a pair of knickers.
Is that what they are?
He's the one man in Britain that won't appreciate that.
To get dressed up on a Saturday night.
I do.
So I thought you might... I left the tag on just in case you wanted to get a bigger size.
Thank you very much.
Or a smaller size.
Is that the...
This is from the new boudoir collection.
Is that the front?
You can wear it whatever way you want. I thought you might even just wrap it round, like wrapping paper. Wrapping paper.
What's the point of that? I can see right through it.
That's the whole point.
And what I think is...
Are you going to dissect this on telly?
I just think
You know what?
slightly... Because it's all glamour, glamour, glamour.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous,
And
absolutely
comfortable.
gorgeous, and very, very sexy.
And very
And yet
comfortable.
somehow we have to come down to earth with a gusset. It's inevitable.
That's a chick thing. What can I say? I make practical lingerie. That's why.
But I will talk more about the lingerie, but ka-ching, we'll talk a lot about that.
It was just, you know what it was? It was in my pocket. It was bulging out of my pocket, so I thought I had to...
Yes, this
Give
huge,
it over
bulky
you.
thing. I'll just tie around my shoulders in the club. I'll put that there. I'll put it there. Now, sport. Now, do you do much sport? No.
No. As a sort of semi-professional Scotsman, I'm just waiting for death.
Lifting up of the glass.
Although apparently Glasgow's going to get the Commonwealth Games.
Is that true?
Apparently.
I don't think so. Is it?
If Elle has anything to say about it.
You know, I was just in Beijing, and they're gearing up for the Olympic Games there. So amazing. Have you ever been there?
To Beijing?
Yeah.
No.
You had to think about that, didn't you?
I did. I was in China. I knew I was somewhere, but it wasn't that one. No, it was another
I
one.
just thought Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games. It was pretty amazing over there.
Well, listen, talking of sport, it was the New York Marathon at the weekend.
Right.
And, amazingly, a British person, Paula Radcliffe, won it. She did.
Oh, really?
A Brit, yes. Give her a round of applause. She won it. A Brit, for anyone something in sport, Paula covered herself in glory, which makes a nice change for her own shit. Now, dump in the street. Let her move on now. So, one of the many celebrities running the New York Marathon was Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes, you all know Tom Cruise's wife. I'm not a mind reader, but that says, help me. Look, he can't let go of her. He's just like,
Was she in the marathon as part of her training for an escape bid?
And Tom's at the finish line, cheering her on, sitting on his baby's shoulders. It was nice. Now, this is tiny. This is Katie starting the marathon, and this is Katie finishing the marathon. Now, she hasn't even broken a sweat. That's weird, isn't it? And you do look at that picture, and you think, I wonder which one of them Tom was actually waiting for. Come on, finish. Just finish.
They have a terrifying relationship.
It is scary.
I reckon if you went round to their house for dinner, she'd have just written, get help in peas.
No, but it's weird because she was on the show a few times, and she's so lovely, really nice, and so you can't quite believe that this has happened to her.
He's quite cool too. I just think that, you know, just because he has a different religious affiliation.
Okay.
Is it just a religious affiliation?
It's about fucking people from the outer space.
I don't think they're fucking people from outer space. Because I want to sign up to that religion.
Oh, dear. But no, you live in London now, don't you?
I live in London, yeah. I've lived here for like 10 years now. Before that, I was in New York. I lived in New York. I left Australia 25 years ago.
Because what was weird was you did. When did you do? You did. Was it? You did Playboy. That wasn't that long ago, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
A while ago. I can't even remember what year I did. It was in the 80s. I hadn't had the boys yet. Well and truly hadn't had the boys. I have two sons. One is 10 and one is 5.
I wondered where we were going with that.
Now I've heard that you've done Playboy. I'm going on to eBay. That's where I'm going with that.
I've completely forgotten about that.
No, well, it was the biggest selling celebrity Playboy ever, I think.
Well, I think it did very well, but I had forgotten about that, yeah.
But what was weird was, so you did, and this is quite sweet, that you do Playboy, but you said, but you can't sell it in Australia.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because I think I was embarrassed if my parents saw it.
It's a bit hard to hide Playboy
I know,
globally.
See, what happened was I had done a movie called Sirens, and in this movie there were scenes of me semi-naked. And what had happened is the press started to cotton onto this and say, well, she's been naked in a movie, we want to find any naked pictures we can of her and produce them. And so they went around to boyfriends and they just tried to sort of strum up dirt. And when I realised that there was this sort of hunger, I thought, well, the most intelligent way to handle that is to manage it myself. So I chose a great photographer. And I went to Playboy and I said, listen, I'll do this story for you because there are going to be naked pictures around anyway. This is how much money I want. I bought my mum a house. I got great pictures out of it and I put the magazine away and I never thought about it until
How
you actually
clever is that woman? That's
It just seemed like the smart thing to do.
But you live in London now?
I live in London.
So, were you watching the state opening of Parliament yesterday?
I don't watch telly. I haven't even seen your show.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this, the chances of watching the opening of Parliament are quite slim.
Don't they have whole channels that are dedicated to politics?
So this was on regular telly.
Like on, what's regular telly?
This. It was on in the daytime.
In prime time.
No, but I mean, listen, they moved Cash in the Attic out of the schedules for us.
I'd like to see the Queen on Cash in the Attic.
It'd be a long episode. How much for this? How many millions? Here's a picture of the Queen at the opening of Parliament. I guess the invitation just said, come as you are. I don't know. This crown, right, be jealous, it's got 2,686 diamonds on it. And you think, do you think she's got it insured? I mean, is she on the phone going, hello, Nora Junior, I want you to quote one happy. Oh, not so happy.
Then the Queen came in the top 20 of the world's most glamorous women in Vogue.
You can't argue with that, can you?
I'd have to be running pretty low on porn before I started beating off to a £20 note. It would be easier to crack one off to Tony Robinson's Time Team.
Actually, the opening ceremony went very, very smoothly. No, absolutely smoothly, until there was an awkward moment in the coach on the way home when the Queen spotted a BBC documentary maker. That's fake. She didn't really do that. It's fake. Now, you've met the Queen.
I have met the Queen, actually, you're right. And I met...
Don't make this shit
You're
up.
reminding me of all this stuff. We didn't have a pre-interview.
No, I know.
Going to talk about.
How did you forget about meeting the Queen?
Wasn't it for the... There was the opening of the Commonwealth Games.
You're right.
There it was. Yeah. In my tracksuit.
Yes.
I had a tracksuit. Australian tracksuit.
Yes.
Green and gold. I could see it coming like this.
What else? What else?
She went,
what else?
how do you do? And I curtsied.
Something else happened.
handed a baton on.
Yes! She gave you a lovely baton. Was it a smooth handover?
Absolutely.
What was the idea? Why did she give you a baton?
I think I was starting or ending the race. I can't remember which one.
Hopefully starting, because if you were ending it and the Queen's there, that's a really slow handover.
Okay, there you go. It was an important moment for me.
The thing is, when things like that happen in your life, how do you know when you're dreaming? You know, I started a baton race with the Queen and then I was leapfrogging over Lionel Richie. No, was that a dream?
Well, we're very excited here because, of course, big Olympic news today. They have unveiled the plans for the stadium at the 2012 London Olympics. Now, do you notice that? Now, that is interesting, right? I now say 2012.
Yeah.
Not 2012. When do you think we'll switch? It's interesting, isn't it? You don't say 2007, do you?
No, it's when it gets to double figures.
Do you think it'll be 2010?
From 2010.
So it'll be 2009, but not 2010?
Yeah, and then you'll do double
Do you
figures.
promise me, Elle?
Around, baby, I will.
Oh, you'll be around. But no, it's exciting. It's exciting because with the logo, they went nuts, right, with the logo. So you just think, what are they going to do with the stadium? Here we go. They went with... Oh. Imagine runners are slightly disappointed, going, oh, it's round again.
Is it really what London needs? I mean, I've been to the East End and those people don't seem to be crying out for a world-class dressage centre. There's not a Bangladeshi community there going, give us a velodrome!
Now, so did you say you were in Beijing?
I was in Beijing, yeah. Last week, 3 days ago.
Well, today, they've now announced the mascots for the Beijing Olympics.
Right.
Here are the mascots. Lovely. Now, they are called Bebe, Jingjing, Huanwan, Yingying, and Nini. I'm not making it up.
It's true. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
All over Beijing. I couldn't work out what they are.
Well, it's really cute. You put them together, you see, with those names, and you put them together, and they say, Beijing welcomes you. Unless they stand in the wrong order, in which case it says, we can't breathe. Help us. Recall.
It reminds me of the day I watched the Teletubbies on mescaline.
What a great day that was.
They were on mescaline.
I think it couldn't get much weirder for those guys.
Of course, children in China are really looking forward to the Olympics starting because then they can stop doing the double shifts at the trainer factory. It's literally a gap year. Now, does it look all ready? Does Beijing look ready?
I think it's going to be ready. I mean, they're so organised. They get stuff done really quickly. Not using those
Do you hear what was coded in that? Not like England.
Didn't come from my mouth.
Well, they say the Olympics in London's going to rekindle English national pride. I mean, come on, for 9.2 billion, you could have written "fuck off Germany" onto the moon.
Let's talk about your underwear.
Yeah.
Because I actually look, I've got quite a lot of it in here. Here we go. And
You do have.
I know. It's like I broke into your house.
Very sexy, very comfy.
Does
Does anybody here know my lingerie?
Is anyone wearing it?
Anyone wearing it?
Are you wearing it now?
But she's afraid. She's afraid we're going to go up and check.
We will. Oh, imagine if she was wearing these peekaboo. Now,
This is good.
what's that?
That's something to put on when you want to put something on when you don't really want to put something on, but you want to put something on to sort of...
All right. If those are the bosoms, right?
This is what actually, it goes with this, look.
Oh, okay, so put that... Very nice.
It goes underneath,
okay.
and then this goes on over the top, and you prance around the house like that and hope you get lucky.
Okay, now, I don't know that much about female formel, but what's that hole for?
Easy access, baby.
To what? What's in there?
Down!
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
That's exhausting. There's a big slit here. And And then there's this. Is that a corset?
That's a corset.
And this is sort of, is that meant to be frayed like that?
This is what's called eyelash lace, because it looks like eyelashes.
I just thought that the Chinese children hadn't finished it very well.
No Chinese children, I checked. I went especially to check.
No, it looks beautiful. And are you very involved in the...
Absolutely. Do you know, design is my thing. That's what I love to do. In fact, my son, as I said about my sons, the kids at school were making fun of him. They said, you know, your mom's just a supermodel. And he was crying. He got really upset about that kids were making fun of him. And I said, baby, do you know what a supermodel is? And he said, yeah, it's somebody who designs lingerie. And I just thought, oh, that's perfectly... Because he sees me with fabric, with lace and things like that everywhere. He gets into knickers.
That is such a posh school, where a taunt is, your mom's just a supermodel. Mine's an Oscar winner.